Did you make it on here? She did. I'm assuming that we pronounce it Annie. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
How are you? It's Anya, but
Anya. Well,
I go by
I wondered about that little thingy on
the
the
five.
A.
Yeah, as I call it. So I go either by the Gaelic or I go by the American, which is or English, which is Anne Marie. So
Okay, Anya. Anya, what a cool name. Thank you. Gaelic. Wow, that's cool. Anya. And Anya, what's your last name?
all Mill Downey, but that's a hard way to spell it. So I'll give you the English version. Moloney, Moloney.
Oh, very cool. Okay. And where are you calling us from? Where are you calling in from?
Hudson Valley, New York.
Hudson Valley, New York. Okay, welcome to our call. And who shared ER Shred with you?
I'm not quite sure how I came upon it, but I did when I needed to. And I spoke to my friend Jody, who is also my ISA person. And she's like, yeah, let's do it. Do it. Get involved with it. So
Way
I think
cool.
she was like the segue into it.
That's great. Thank you, Jody. That's exciting. So how long ago was that you got involved with our protocol and community?
Well, with Isogenics, I've been doing this before COVID. I know everything now is, post-COVID, pre-COVID.
Sure.
And, I just wasn't feeling all this vegetation bloating me.
Yeah.
I'm a meat person. My father was a hunter. I was the butcher in the family if he didn't feel like it. So I don't have, and I love animals. I am the person that'll stop if I see an animal hurt on the road. I'll bring him home. But when it comes, I'm a carnivore, and that's what we all are. So I was always missing something when I was having either a whey protein or just the plant-based protein. And I'm like, how can I possibly be so bloated? What is going on? And of course, how you feel, mind over matter. It makes how you feel makes your mind, explode in different ways. So I said, steak. My God, do I love steak. Let me try this. And we live basically on venison, not since my father passed away, but we'll get somebody out there. So I was like, this is great. I can do this. So in November, I shocked myself, and I don't usually like to talk about pounds or whatever, but in case I'm going against, what your protocol is. But so I started on a Monday, and by Friday I was 8 pounds down, and I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm like, there's no way this is happening. So I pull out another scale. I put new batteries in it. I tried it on the carpet, on the floor, on the tile, and I'm like, how did I do that? And I didn't even try, and I didn't even exercise. Drank, but followed it to a T.
Right.
Followed it to a T.
Your body was just rejoicing. I know.
My body was like, thank you. I had the first really good night's sleep in a long time, and that was without cleansing.
Right.
So go figure, right? So then I'm like, nah, I'm doing this the wrong way. I'm going to get sick. There's something wrong with me. So I went on vacation, and I did what I needed to do. And my vacations, it's not like, oh, I have to eat all this food that I wouldn't eat at home. Like, I was very good, very lightweight. So then I decided to set a date. And yes, I picked the famous January 1st because I was like, I've never done that. I don't do I have to start on a Monday. I'll start on a Wednesday. I'll start today. I don't. Putting yourself in that type of a position only sets you up for failure, because you're like, wow, I have Saturday and Sunday to put all this garbage in my body, because Monday I'm going to release it. So I did start on the 1st, and then the next thing you know, I did my 25 days, and then I did my 11-day shred. So it's like 15, it's almost 16 inches and 17 pounds. So
is that 16 inches and 17 additional pounds?
17 additional pounds on top of the 16 inches
and
off my waist.
Is that since January 1st?
Since January 1st.
Dang, girl. Holy moly. That's so amazing.
And it's staying off. And I don't lead a very sedentary life. I'm 58, my kids are older, blah, 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 the whole thing. The chickens died, whatever. So, so I'm like, I'm going for my 20-minute walk every day. And if I can't, I have a set of stairs here in the cellar, and I will make sure whatever needs to go from point A to point B.
Shredder. I am so digging
So
this.
I'm just having a lot of fun with it, and I wear my little, track hand, and like, what am I up to today? All right. So it's not a big deal. it's 5,000, as I call them, feet, 5,000 footsteps, and that's
Wow.
fine with me. But some
Yeah.
days I'm like 15,000, but it's not a race. It's me. I mean, I'm not going to compete against myself. So I keep it very simple. I've always been into organic food before it was like popular. I always knew where my meat came from. My parents are from Ireland, so Kerrygold has been a staple in our household. Like you don't even know. If you can't afford Kerrygold, go to Aldi's. They have their own little knockoff butter, but it's basically the same cut.
My mom, Anya, my mom actually shows up at my house like she's bearing Kerrygold butter. Like she shows
Oh
up
yeah.
with the butter, and I'm like, oh, mom, you know my love language. I love you.
It's just so good. I mean, even like we go to Ireland several times during the year because that's where most of my cousins are.
Oh, you
And
lucky
you
dog.
have butter over there and you know where your beef is coming from,
Right.
which is why if somebody, comes by and says, listen, I shot this deer. I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, give it to me. I'll take the backstrap and I'll butcher the rest up for you. They don't know what the backstrap is, so that's like, good for me. But but I like that. And yeah, I mean, I know right now that today I'm on a cleanse day. I am not hungry. Mentally
For
fine.
sure.
Tomorrow's another cleanse day, so that's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. I mean, honestly, I hate the taste of the cleanse. I really do.
Yeah.
And I just like, I'm like, oh man, but I do it because, all right. So positive things. I don't do
Yeah.
negative. Sleeping like a baby, not having to take magnesium at night for Charlie horses and stuff like that. Obviously I don't have any hair issues or skin issues. And I'm not wearing any makeup anyway. But
I love the new makeup.
oh,
Crystal's going that route too. I really prefer that actually. I think women, if women wear makeup, I'm fine with that. I think there's no reason that women should
no,
go out of the
man,
way
we're
to wear
fine
makeup.
just the way we are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like a little, like, they make Burt's Bees makes a nice little lip tint and stuff like that. But I mean, I've been having a good time with this. When you wrote me and said, do you want to do this? I'm like, who the heck am I? I'm just like some schlep from upstate New York. But I'm retired 13 years, which that's another story. But
What did you do, just so we can get to know you?
I'm retired law enforcement from the NYPD. So,
so let me say we thank you for your service. That's amazing.
oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't usually get that.
No, we listen, it's crazy times we're
lot
living
of
in, but
negativity.
no, this is the way our culture is. We always say thank you for firefighters, police officers, first responders, medics. I mean, it's really military. It's really important, you guys. These are the people that keep us safe.
It's crazy, but like, that if you're in that type of a job, you need to keep your body in shape.
Yeah.
And because you're running around like a complete nutcase. So now that I'm not doing and I'm exaggerating, 90,000 steps a day, which I'm sure I probably did at one point, working all these crazy hours, I was eating healthy then. I was protein shake 2 or 3 times a day, a salad, chicken, and I was doing great. But my hair was falling out, right? I wasn't stressed because I was born into that job. So meaning that I was so young when I went on that it didn't matter. So I didn't know any different. So for me, it wasn't stress. It was fun. It was joy to go to work every day. But the Charlie horses started coming. And then I wasn't sleeping at night and I couldn't get enough water in my system. And then all the water I was drinking was depleting, I'm assuming, the potassium and the sodium. So things were getting like completely crazy. And I'm not a doctor. This is just my body. So when I left, I was introduced to isogenics and I was like, nah, I already did one of those protein shakes. I don't want to do it. But then I met Jody Cicini, and Jody was just absolutely amazing. And it's kind of like, I don't know, if you don't like one Italian restaurant, you go to another. So I wasn't happy with my first person because they were not proactive in reaching out to me. And I really needed hand holding in the beginning.
For sure.
So somebody said, I put it on Facebook, hey, does anybody know? And they said, reach out to Jody. And now she's in Florida and she's amazing. And I call her, I feel I could call her 24 hours a day and she would be there for me. But she encouraged this. And again, I mean, I have boundless energies. Oh, and here's something. I haven't drank caffeine in 23 years.
Wow.
So just, I don't like caffeine. It makes me hyper. I haven't had real sugar unless it was in a cake or something like that. I don't add it. for probably around the same time. So, so this, having this, you know, options of eating, like I could eat steak 5 times a day. All I know is that, and I don't want to keep rambling, but this works.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything. I did not lift weights. I did not go out on crazy running. I didn't join the gym. I wasn't on a bicycle. This is just everyday activity, and it's just coming off. And, you know, so.
Did the bloat go, the bloat go?
Oh, there's no bloat. There's no bloat. There's like, I'm like, everyone's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm
get, I swear, like if we,
oh my God,
we could get all the wonderful women, we should get the men as well, but for some reason men like just rock the bloat. Like, I don't know why they want to do that, but all the women in the world who are so frustrated by that bloat, like we should be reaching all those women, because this is a gift. Just to have that.
It is a gift. It is a gift. And not to get into the whole post-menopausal thing, but my sister's on here who know what I'm talking about. It's just amazing. It's just amazing not to have that feeling where it's just, yeah. I mean, I can sit down and eat a whole steak. Some days I eat maybe a quarter of it. Some days I want a little bit more. Some days I throw bacon in, but I don't have any problems. There's no guilty feelings over here. And, oh, and just to let you know, I have all these challenges this month. I've been the designated driver for everyone to like, what are you doing? Dry January? I'm like, no, I'm sticking to a plan. So I've been able to drive people 2 hours to down to New York City and here and there. And these are big banquets and there's buffets and stuff. I don't even, and I'm not like blowing smoke up your butt. I mean, I don't mean to put it that way, but I am 100% not going, oh God, if I only could have a spoonful of that, whatever pasta dish. Nope, walk right by, headed right for the steak and the peppers. I don't like peppers, but the steak was delicious. I ate like a bowl for that and I was satiated. So it does work. And I don't know how it works.
You're just empowered and you're fierce.
Yeah.
Did I ask you what your passion in life is? I'm sorry if I didn't.
If I turn the camera around, you'd probably say, so what do I like? I like to make things. I like to save things. We weren't very rich growing up. So if somebody throws out a dresser on the side of the road, I'll be the first person down there to take it apart, modify it, paint it, and then be like, hey, does somebody want this? I love to sew my own dresses, because I'm even though it doesn't look like it, I'm a very, very girly girl when I want to be. I also like digging in the land outside. I've had my own veggie garden for the longest time. Thing is, I can't eat anything in it because I don't like tomatoes. I don't like peppers. I just like, I love carrots. I could eat carrots, so, but so I have a lot of passions: music, art, dance. That's it. I mean, and I'm involved with everything like you could possibly.
I love shredders, man. Shredders are a hell of a lot of fun. You're fun.
A little insane.
You're fun. Julie, you're fun. I mean, dang, like I love shredders so much.
Well, thank you for this.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you to please continue to show up. You as well, Julie.